Okay, sir, we are, we are live on YouTube.
All righty. The September 30th, 2020 special meeting is called to order at 6 o'clock. Let the minutes show that all members are in attendance. Can we please stand for the pledge? Mr. Sepulveda.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Okay, the first order of business is communications and visitors. Mrs. Michelle Gonzalez, do we have any communications or visitors pertaining to this special meeting?
No, sir, Mr. Flores, members of the board, at this time, we do not have any communications and visitors.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, next order of business, discussion and approval of interlocal agreement between Fabens ISD and the city of El Paso. Dr. Vigil and Ms. Ramirez.
Board President Flores and board members, we have another opportunity to offer a service to our community. The interlocal agreement that you have as backup in your board packet was vetted by Mr. Safi. He made some changes and we sent it back, and then it was returned with all of the accepted changes. And so this has been vetted by him. There is a confirmation we have for the dates to be on Tuesday, October the 13th from 12 to 6, and Friday, October the 16th from 9 to 3 at Fabens High School. This is, of course, a very valuable service and is being highly recommended, strongly recommended by health officials to have the flu shot this year. I'll turn it over now to our lead nurse, Ms. Liz, to fill in anything that I might have left out.
Good evening, board president and board members. Yes, of the contract is not only for the flu, but it's in the event that we get the COVID-19 vaccine, and that way we can vaccinate all our community members. In front of you, you're going to see the closed pod, which is a closed point of contact, and the open point of contact. So what the closed point of contact means is that the health department would ship us the vaccinations, whether it be for flu or for COVID, and the district would be responsible to pick up the vaccinations. We would be responsible to vaccinate our own employees and their family members. And the open point of contact, or the open pod, would be where the district agrees to provide the health department with a facility enough to be able to inoculate all our community members. So they would do everything. We just need to provide a facility for them. So the purpose of having both would be in the event that, like for flu, it's a little bit more manageable, but once the COVID vaccine hits, we don't know what's going to happen, and obviously we want to try and vaccinate.
Excuse me, Mr. President Flores.
Yes, ma'am. Can you hold on real quick, Ms. Gonzalez? Did you have a question?
Can you hold on?
Yes, ma'am.
Liz?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think we're getting a real bad echo. Hold on real quick.
Yes, why are we hearing the voices? Something's going on.
Everyone needs to be on
We're getting a
mute.
real bad echo. Mute yours.
Hold on.
Okay, Ms. Ramirez, can you start again? See if we can hear you better.
Yes, sir. So the purpose of the contract with the health department would be to have two contracts, basically. One would be the closed point of contact, or they call it the closed pod, or the open point of contact, which they call it the open pod. The closed pod would be where the health department would be sending us the vaccinations, whether it be for flu or for COVID. The district would be responsible to pick up the vaccinations from the airport, transport them to our district, and we would be responsible to vaccinate our own staff and their immediate family members. The open pod, or the open point of contact, would be where the district agrees to provide the health department with a facility big enough to be able to vaccinate most of our community members. They do everything. They bring all the medicine, all the equipment, all the PPE. We just provide a facility for them. And the reason why they want two, and most districts are going with two, it's because you know, in the event that like flu is more manageable, but in the event once the COVID vaccine comes out, you know, we don't know what could possibly happen. Sometimes they even expect like riots and stuff like that once people find out, you know, that the vaccination is coming. So they like to have both so that the districts have the options to just say, you know what, we're going to close it and we're just going to vaccinate our own employees. Or you can do both, actually. You can vaccinate your employees first, and then once you get a second round, then you can, you know, open it up to the community members as well. But that's pretty much what it entails on the contracts. Any questions?
Through the chair. This is Mr. Morales.
Yes, sir.
I think we can do both, like Ms. Ramirez said. I mean, we can start with the staff, and then another date with the community. I don't know what other board members think. I mean,
I believe is that the plan to take care of faculty and staff and then one day and then move on to the community. Is that correct, Mr. Ramirez, Dr. Vigil?
I think that would be the best option, would be to inoculate all our staff first. And then, you know, because we're gonna need help too. So you wanna make sure that these people are protected before they start, you know, vaccinating people. And, you know, one of the incentives too is that they are able to bring in their families. So we can vaccinate them and their families too. And then we have the open pod would be for when we vaccinate the rest of the community.
So through the chair. So this will be a motion that can incorporate both as you presented it. The Fabens ISD staff, teachers, and admin first, and then the rest of the community. So that would be followed by the community.
There's two interlocal agreements, the closed and the open. And so how we choose to use those is up to the district. So the administration recommends approval of the interlocal agreements. I'm going to add an S because there's two of them.
Yes.
Between Fabens ISD and the City of El Paso Health Department.
I make a
Did that
motion.
clarify?
I would want to make the motion to approve both as recommended by admin. Excuse me.
Okay, motion has been made by Mr. Risa Sepulveda,
I second.
seconded by Mrs. Rosemary Gaiva. Motion has been made and second is now open for discussion. Seconded. Yes, ma'am. Ms. Sylvia Gonzalez and Mrs. Rosemary Gaiva. Motion has been made. Motion has been made and seconded.
Discussion, Mr. Flores,
Yes, ma'am.
when we burst the service, audio,
Yes. You're delayed. Go ahead and speak. Mute yours, please.
Excuse me, Mr. Flores, is Miss Sylvia Gonzalez speaking? Nobody
She-
can hear her.
She's having, I think it's connectivity. I think she's, yeah,
I got it now.
sounds like she's on.
Okay, good evening, legal.
Through the chair, she's cutting off. We can't hear her.
Yes, so she's gonna move over to Mr. Sepulveda's microphone and she had something, so she's walking over.
Okay. Okay. Good evening, Liz, Ms. Ramirez. This is Ms. Gonzalez.
Good evening, Ms. Gonzalez.
Hey, the reason I went cutting down on your conversation, it was going like double, and it looks like the computer here is also unstable.
We're having the same issues here. Can everybody hear me at least? We're having the same, everybody hear me? It's delayed on mine too.
Oh, do I go back? It's the same thing.
Please stand by. Please stand by. Shouldn't say that. Don't say that.
It's Twilight Zone.
Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Test, test, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's turn on your camera.
Hello, Ms. Ramirez.
Hey,
Can you
Ms.
hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Ms. Ramirez, the question I have for you was, you mentioned having staff first and their families. So do you have a plan already to where we have designated times for the staff? And if we do also get opportunity to test the family? Because like you mentioned in the meeting, you said that it was very critical that we get the flu shot. So what I am trying to say is that if staff do not respond within the time frame that you send an email, we will be waiting for the community to be also receiving the flu shot. Will we be having time frames to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity? I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am. We actually had the flu shot for the staff already. We had it this week. Because that's just what we have every year. The same people that come to, to the campuses and immunize. We had a pretty decent turnout. But yeah, if that's usually done through the insurance. But if some of the staff members didn't have insurance, then they're going to be allowed to go in through the free one, which is on the dates that Dr. Vigil mentioned, which is October the 13th and October the 16th. It is going to be a drive-up clinic, sort of like what we're doing with the COVID testing. It's going to be at the high school, and we're going to use all the front parking. We've already had the health department, and the fire department is the one that's going to help us to immunize all the community, because from what we've heard of other districts, there's a lot, they've had huge turnouts. So we are going to be, we showed them several areas, and they like the high school because of the flow, and we wouldn't be, dealing too much with traffic and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where we would be. So the staff that didn't, there's a lot of staff that choose not to. They don't believe in the flu shot. They have fears, and that's something that we've had to deal with all the time. Is there's a lot of people that don't want to get the flu, and we're not going to force anybody. We're not going to force anybody to get the COVID vaccination as well. So it's at their discretion.
And that is my point, Liz, that we cannot force anybody or encourage anybody if they don't want to take it because they feel safe. But that is my concern, that we keep on going forward instead of waiting for our staff to come and get tested. And I want, it's possible to have an opportunity for the families in the community to come in. Would this be a free clinic?
Yes, ma'am. The health department has purchased hundreds and thousands of the flu vaccines, and I'm sure we're going to get the same with the COVID vaccine. So yeah, they're all free of charge. There's no cost to the district.
Also, well, we also just offering this for the Fabens community or other communities?
Well, I mean, we open it up to our community, but we're not checking to see that they live here or not. So it's open to other people. I know a lot of people went to the one in Clint because they're the first district that got started. So yeah, we advertise it in our community, but we're not asking people whether they actually live there or not. So we're just taking everybody and anybody that we can immunize.
Ms. Ramirez, also, will our nurses be doing the one that we have in the staff, or are we also going to get? You said the fire department. Is this the fire department from Fabens?
It's from all over the city of El Paso. We don't know who we're getting. Yeah, but they get several people. Yes, our nurses will be helping as well.
Thank you, Ms. Ramirez.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other discussion? If there's no further discussion, there's a motion on the table and then a second. I'll call the question. Mr. Sepulveda.
Aye.
Mrs. Gonzalez.
Aye.
Mr. Escobar.
Aye.
Mrs. Gallo Avita.
Aye.
Mr. Morales.
Aye.
Mr. Spence.
Aye.
Mr. Flores, aye. Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
All right, if there's no further business, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Ms. Gonzalez.
Second by Mr. Ray Sepulveda. Mr. Sepulveda. Ms. Gonzalez.
Aye.
Mr. Escobar. Mr. Escobar. Mr. Escobar. Ms. Gallo Avita.
Aye.
Mr. Morales.
Aye.
Mr. Spence. Mr. Spence. All right, motion carries 4-0. Meeting is adjourned at 6:19.